Okay, so an update on my channel. I haven't started the Revelation series yet. I've really wanted to, but we've been back and forth from here at the house to Omaha because of situations with my son that's hospitalized in Omaha. So it's just been absolutely crazy. But there's good news. It looks like he'll be coming back home next month. Around the middle of the month if everything works out good. If not, it could be longer, but it looks like he'll be coming home next month, everybody's just excited about it, and it's awesome. So that's something that we praise the Lord for, and I'll keep you updated on that. Another thing is I had told you on this could be fun, and it's kind of funny too. One of my favorite Bible translations to read is actually the Darby translation. If you know John Nelson Darby, that actually did the translation, at least the New Testament and part of the Old Testament, and then part of the Brethren Church, people that took his notes and then knew him real well, translated the rest of the Old Testament. He has a translation, and of course he's pretty much the godfather of dispensationalism. But I'm going to be using the John Nelson Darby translation to disprove and refute dispensational theology and King James onlyism and those things. But I thought that would be fun. But I actually really like that translation. In fact, this particular edition I'll be using, I actually have a review on it. It's one of the best Bibles I own. It was printed and bound by Youngblood in the Netherlands. Just a really good price on it. Check out the review. Very, very nice Bible. I love the print, just the layout, everything about that Bible. I love it. So it's amazing. Even though John Nelson Darby was very incorrect on his eschatology and a lot of his theology, he was a very smart linguist. So he was able to translate. I think he translated the Bible into French, and I think a couple other languages. So he was very smart. So when it came to translating, he did a wonderful job. In fact, I would say it's a far better job than, and not in all areas, but in a lot of areas, I think it's a better translation than the King James itself. So if you don't have a Darby, and you like the King James, the way it sounds and flows, you would like John Nelson Darby's translation. It won't flow as well as the King James, but it still has that poetic type of, or the old Elizabethan English. So you would definitely like it. But I'll be using that translation, but I also will be referring to other translations. And I'm doing that just because I think it's kind of funny and fun at the same time. And he did a really good job translating, especially the New Testament. See what else I want to update you guys with. There's actually a lot. Let me see if I brainstorm for a second. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Okay, for people that don't know, I did want to say this. I was King James only for 17 to technically over 17 years of my life. Right after I got saved, I got into King James onlyism in an independent fundamental Baptist church. So that's my background. Now I was ordained under people that were sent out by Ruckman to the mission field, which is Wilson and Terrence Calvin, and then I won't name the other two because they're, well, I think it's on one of my videos when I show my ordination paper, but they're really good people, and Wilson and Terrence Calvin are really good people, but I'm not trying to put them under the bus, if that makes sense. There's to this day I still will go visit that church that I grew in the Lord in. But I'm no longer King James only. The Lord led me out of that, and for good reasons. I can see some apologetic work in the near future, and that's partly, of course, what the book of Revelation teaching through it's going to be. Not only just teaching it, but also refuting. But I believe is probably the cancer. I call it like the cancer of modern day eschatology, and it's been infected the church about 150 years ago, around there, and people talk about the rapture, the secret rapture, and the future tribulation and all this stuff. So it's just a mess. And then you got King James Onlyists coming up with the most bizarre stuff. Now there's multiple cults that stem off of King James Onlyism. And if you look at dispensationalism itself, all the big cults that we know of, like Jehovah's Witnesses and Latter-day Saints, Mormons, they're based on dispensational theology. So I see dispensational theology as a cancer that, since I know it very, very well and could teach it with a board behind me, I can draw out all the charts. I can tell you the different dispensations, and then the different types of dispensationalism, like Acts 2, Mid-Acts, depending on if it's 9 or 13, or Acts 28, which is Bollinger's view. I can go through all those things. I can teach it very well. And now it's easy for me to pick it apart as far as an apologetic manner, because I know it so well. Same with King James Onlyism. I have books over there when I was going through my library the other day, and just got some new bookshelves, or old bookshelves that were given to me, and I was putting books up. I found plenty of books from I don't know if you know him, David W. Daniels from Chick Publications. He's a King James Onlyist. And Gail Riplinger, Ruckman, Sam Gibb, anybody you could think of in that camp. I have the books, and I'll be referencing those as I dismantle as best as I can, and hopefully get people out of King James Onlyism. And I'm talking about like the cultic King James Onlyism, not people that just want to use the King James as their primary translation, but I'm talking about the cultic King James Onlyism, which is just it's out there. And the reason why I think it's so huge and why so many people actually fall for it is because they're so devout on that. That's their core. That's what everything rotates around. That's what, everything just rotates around that when it comes to the way they deal with Christianity, is that the King James Bible is the perfect, infallible translation, and they go, it pretty much comes down to them believing in double inspiration. But the reason why it flourishes so easy is because there's so much material on the internet that is pro King James only, and not enough people out there and that are in apologetics that go against it. Now there's people like James White, but as a former King James Onlyist, I wouldn't even listen to James White. I thought he was just an evil man. I mean, that's what happens. You get brainwashed, especially in independent fundamental Baptist churches. You get brainwashed pretty easy, because you want to, as a new Christian, you have a sense of trust in people that believe the Bible and teach the Bible. So it's easy to get into a mindset and then grasp onto traditions of men. So once I got away from King James Onlyism, it's like the Bible just opened up. And especially after realizing that dispensational theology is just, like I said, it's a cancer. But I'm going to end up rambling. But and I guess that's it for now, guys. Be looking here soon. As far as I know, unless something pops up, as far as I know, I should have some videos coming up here soon. Probably do a couple introduction videos on the book of Revelation. I might not. I'm not sure. I might just dive in. But shortly I'll be going into chapter 1, verse 1, and going all the way through. And like I said, they should be somewhat short videos, straight to the point, and that would help people that want to know the book of Revelation, understand it. I'm going to do my best to teach it. So, till next time, guys, good day, and God bless.